Hello, how's it going? So I have two new sojus for you, and then a third one. I can't remember if I did a review for this one yet for you. This one isn't new, but it's a 25% alcohol soju, which isn't that common anymore. You can see the 25 on there. They're actually advertising the alcohol percentage. Because they've been lowering the alcohol percentage, it seems like they've been hiding the alcohol percentage. So they don't have it on the front at all a lot of the times now. They just have it written in really, really small letters on the top lip right there. It's really hard to read. And then also hidden in the writing on the back. So this one has it in both those places, but also 25% right there. And this is just a standard regular soju. I was also going to show you how much is in a regular standard soju glass. Soju shot, whatever you want to call it. It's big enough where it's almost like a small glass. Anyways, this is a jigger that's 1.5 ounces here. It's 1.5 ounces to a line on here that's hard to see on the video, but it's not overflowing. That's not the line. I usually fill it up as much as I can just to show that I'm doing a good job at filling in. I'm not trying to skimp out or anything. So you can see that's 1.5 ounces, which that's like a shot and a half in the US. Some people do 1.5 per shot in the US, some people do 1 ounce. Here, let's do another half ounce. It's just a little bit over the line of the half ounce in here. Okay. So a standard Korean shot is a little bit more than 2 fluid ounces. And you can see I did put a hair more than 2 ounces in there, and there's still a little space on the top. You need to be careful I don't spill it on my laptop underneath. But because it's soju, it's pretty easy to drink. Soju doesn't really burn at all. The 25%, you get a little burning sensation, a little bit. But it's really not that bad. It's more the flavor. The flavor's not the greatest, but because it's not a really strong flavor, it's not bad. One thing I was going to also show you is in Korea, pickled radish is really big. Pickled cabbage, pickled radish. So this is pickled radish. And it's just cut up into cubes and pickled. You get this with your fried chicken a lot of times. Nice and crunchy. Pickled. Tastes good. It's a healthy snack while you're drinking. And it's cheap. Cheap, healthy, tastes good, keeps in the fridge long. And then Koreans like to shake their soju, like make it into a tornado in there, which doesn't really do anything. It's just a traditional thing. They used to say it would stir up the soju and have the bad stuff in the soju. Well, they said something like it would go away, which you're mixing it into the drink. It's not going anywhere. If there was any bad stuff in there and you didn't want to drink it, then it would make more sense not to shake it and pour as slowly as possible so that whatever sediment would be on the bottom would stay on the bottom. So there's no point in shaking it. You can shake it, doesn't hurt anything, doesn't help anything, so shake it if you want. Sorry, I didn't say the name of this soju. So it's gumbokju or kombokju. So kombokju. And they do have the English writing on here sometimes. This is 360 milliliters. It's I thought it was a Jinro project. I guess not. Anyways, this one's not everywhere. The higher alcohol soju's harder to find now. This one is probably a 16.9, 16 point something. It's really hard to read. 16.8. So they actually have it written right here, but the letters are the same color as the background. Oh, there. If you catch the right glare, you can read it. Well, you can see that it's there, and then it's really hard to read because it's the same color as the background. It's just a little bit different tint, a little bit different shading on it. This is a new one for me. This said new. This was a new one at CU, so they had a sign on it saying it was new. Bohei. Okay. Bohei. Bohei Soju. So I guess Bohei is the brand company. Not really sure. Oh, and it says English Bohei. Split up. Here it's Bohei. Okay, let's try it. And so it doesn't really have much of a smell. It tastes a little different. Hard to tell. There's a little bit of a different taste to it. It doesn't seem like it's a better taste. It's just different. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think this is that great. But it's new. It's nice to try something different. Then this is called Ducto. Ducto. Oh, and it looks like it has the coordinates for the island Ducto. Distilled from rice. Deep ocean water of the East Sea. 17.3% alcohol, soju, 375 milliliters. So it's a little bigger bottle. It's a special Ducto soju. It has the coordinates underneath the name right there for the island. It's 375 milliliters instead of I think this is 360. Yeah, 360. So it's just a little bit bigger. It's heavier. I think the glass is also thicker. That's why it's a decent amount taller. It's about the same diameter. But yeah, so 17.3% alcohol, 375 milliliters, and it's apparently made with deep ocean water of the East Sea. So, deep ocean water doesn't really mean anything. It's apparently made with ocean water. I mean, it's not like they go out in the middle of the ocean, stick a tube down there, get deep ocean water, and then bring it back to shore and make soju out of it. They're just using filtered, clean ocean water. Can't use straight ocean water because ocean water is dirty. Unfortunately. Oh, well. I guess if you want the top to stay on there, that's nice, but that seems like a flaw in their cap. So the bottle's nice. The cap didn't come off very cleanly. Korean caps usually come off like this. This is like a thing that's maybe started out as a mistake, and now it's either on purpose or they just continued with whatever. They just didn't fix the mistake because people ended up liking it and creating a game out of it. So you twist that piece of metal, and I always hold the base of it, because if you don't hold the base as you're twisting it like this, you're moving the metal back and forth, side to side, and twisting it around, you're weakening the metal. So I hold the base of it so that can stay in place and not getting weakened So when you play this game, the flicking game, then that base isn't as weakened as it could be. What you do is you flick it back and forth until it comes off, and the point is to flick it off. There you go. So I won. So whatever number of people I'm drinking with, it doesn't matter as long as it's 2 or more. The other 2 people on either side of me drink, and the rest of the group don't need a drink. Just the people on either side of me need a drink. A shot. It's usually a full shot. This is soju. It's not high alcohol. Yeah, anyways, so you could be drinking with 10 people. Person on either side of me, they have to drink. I'm safe because I flicked it off. But then also, another incentive to flick it off is there's a number on the inside. So this one is 16. It's hard to read. 16. It's written very small in there. On this side right there. You can kind of see it in the video. But so I won, so I didn't need to drink that drink. And then also I get to know that number. I can look at that number. And now it goes around the circle and people need to guess the number. So I usually go to the right. Oh, sorry. And this number, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, as far as I've been told and read and whatever, it's always 0 to 50. Sorry, 0 to 50. The number's always 0 to 50. That could change, or maybe I have that wrong, but I'm pretty sure I don't have that wrong. 0 to 50. You go around the circle. First person guesses 10. I'll say higher. What was it again? 16? Yeah. And the next person guesses 20. I'll say lower. So you know it's between 10 and 20. It keeps going around, and whoever has to guess the number, or whoever accidentally guesses the number, then they have to drink. And again, they drink a full shot. Oh, I forgot that was a ducto soju. That was good. Kind of tastes. It has a little hint of wine flavor to it. Sort of. Kind of. I don't want to call it. It doesn't really taste like wine. And soju is definitely not wine, right? Like rice wine. It's not wine. But there's some soju that tastes a little bit like wine. Trying to think of a good description of it. Yeah, this is a good soju. It was a little bit more money between these. This was the cheapest one. It was low alcohol, standard, cheap, random soju, nothing special, and it wasn't really that great. To add to that, this one was also normal price, but I think this was like 1,600 won. This was 1,800 won. So this is like $1.25 roughly, $1.25. This is like $1, not $1.50, but this is between like $1.25 and $1.50. It's hard to say. It's so close. Like if this is, let's just say hypothetically this was 1,200 won. Sorry, 1,400 won. Let's just say 1,400 won. I'd say it would be $1.40. Even though it's less than that, I just easy math, $1.40. If this was 1,600 won, I'd say $1.60. It's less than that, but it's just easy math again. And then also, if you're thinking that way, you're spending less money than you think you are. So it's a good way to think about it. Do the math where the US money and Korean money is equal, because then you'll be spending less money than you think you are. Because American dollar is like 1,150 won, around there. It jumps around, changes every day. This one was a little bit more. I think it was like maybe 3,000 won, maybe. I can't remember how much for sure, but it was at the CU right across the street. Like literally, I can see it right up my window over the camera right there. This is good. I like it. The bottle's really cool. The bottle has a cool feeling to it. It looks cool. It has a picture of either ducto or something that looks kind of like ducto. It has a picture of the ocean on it. It has cool symbolic stuff like the GPS coordinates of ducto. It has something about how they use seawater to make the soju. They have the alcohol percentage 17.3% right on the front, which is, I think, always smart and good to do. You're upfront about it, and it makes sense. You're not trying to hide it on the back of the soju or on the cap, just like, well, this one actually has on the front. So both these technically have it on the front. This one is 25% right there, plain view, no problem. This one is so small, it's written right here, and you can, there you go, you can barely see it's hidden right there. Because, and this is just a common sense thing, I didn't need to be told this, I just figured this out, and it's very, very obvious. This is high alcohol, they're advertising, well, sorry, for soju, this is high alcohol, 25%, they advertise it, it's right there. This one's low alcohol soju, 16.9%. Was it 16.9 or 16.5? Sorry, 16.8%. So they're hiding it. Really hard to read. Right here. Really hard to read. And then they're hiding it right here. Really hard to read. And they're hiding it. Actually, I think those are the only two. Oh, that's why. That's why they didn't hide it here in the description. That's why they didn't hide it there. They actually have it on the front, but it's the same color as the rest of the label, and it's hidden really well right here, right on the front. It's hidden because they weren't able to hide it on the back of the soju bottle because there's no back. I mean, there's a back, but there's no back description. It just says the name of the soju again, and there's a picture. So that makes sense. Okay. I was wondering why this low alcohol soju actually had the alcohol percentage in the front, because they didn't have anywhere else to put it. It was either they have it there and they have it on a cap. I'm assuming they have to have it on the bottle, and then they might not need to have it on the cap, but they do have it on the cap. I'm sure they have to have it on the bottle somewhere legally, so that if you have this soju and the cap is gone, the alcohol percentage is still there. I'm assuming that's probably a law, so it's on there, but it's really hard to find, really hard to see, really hard to read. Even after I found it, it was hard to read. And then this one, again, a little bit higher alcohol content, 17.3, what was it? Yeah, 17.3% alcohol. And it's right in the front. Label is on here without a sticker. It's printed around the glass. This is a better quality bottle. It feels better, looks better. It's actually printed on the glass. This is a good quality bottle. The cap didn't come off how it should have. Two different ways. They get stuck on, which in the US that'd be annoying. I shouldn't say annoying, but not good quality. In Korea, when you take the cap off, it sticks to that metal ring, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing, because in Korea there's a game associated with it, and like, even if there wasn't a game associated with it, it's just like, who cares? Like, it's stuck there. Like, it's not a big deal. This one, I took it off the cap, and it was stuck on there like this, which I have mixed feelings about it. Just to play devil's advocate, I could see it being nice, because then it's stuck on there. You don't lose the cap. You don't lose it then. It's just stuck on there. But then you can't play the flicking game with it. You can't. Actually, is there a number? There is a number. So number 40. Remember I said number 0 to 50? I've never seen 0, but I'm just assuming it probably starts at 0. But I've heard like 1 to 50. Anyways, this is a 40. Okay, you can't play the flicking game with it, but you can play the number game with it. Anyways, they should fix that. Have it so that the ring comes off. I think that would make sense. Again, this is a nice bottle. I like the labeling. I like the picture. The taste is good. It's nothing exciting. It's not exciting, but the taste is good. It has a hint of a wine flavor to it. Obviously, very, very strong wine. But this is good. I like it. I'd probably buy this again. This one, I wouldn't buy it again unless it was on sale for really cheap. If this was really cheap, and I would buy it. Like if this was next to some Jinro Soju, and they're both same alcohol, this one was cheaper, I would buy this one. Because I'm not that picky with taste. And this one doesn't taste bad. I'm just not a huge fan of it. This one, if it costs the same, I would definitely buy this one over the other three. This one, and the Jinro that I was talking about. Obviously, there's not just those three kinds, but those are the three that I mentioned. This one's 25% alcohol, so you're getting more for your money. You can fill your shots up less and still get the same amount of alcohol. You could drink 2 bottles instead of 3 bottles in a night. You could drink less and get the same results. So if it's the same price, definitely buy this one. And it mixes well with Coke. It mixes well with coffee. You can't put as much soju in coffee as you can soju in Coke. So that's something that I need to mention. Like soju and Coke, you could do 50-50 and it tastes really good. It tastes like Coke. Doesn't taste like soju. Soju and coffee, maybe 3/4 coffee, 1/4 soju. And I'm not saying you need to drink soju in the morning. I'm just saying you could drink soju with coffee. I drink coffee 24/7 basically. I can fall asleep after having a couple cups of coffee. It's not a big deal to me. But if you can't drink coffee in other times of the day, you can only drink in the morning, then yeah, you're probably not drinking soju with your coffee. So that's a good disclaimer as well. I'm not drinking soju in the morning. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. For me, it's nighttime. For you in the US or wherever you are, it's morning. So enjoy the 14-hour difference. I'm in the future, so you're hearing this from the future. And this isn't new as in today from the future, but this is still new soju. So have a good day.